Alrighty, so overland movement, I'm going to assume you understand how that works, just because it's very basic. There are things on the map. You click on your lord, your unit. You right click on where you want to go. It's showing me that I have this much range to walk in. It's going to be 1 turn for this, 2 turns to get to here, and so on. Okay. But what I really want to show you is building. So first off, I'm going to quote-unquote cheat, and I'm just going to buy a population. So imagine that on this particular turn, my population went up by 1. Yay! I can now expand. So these are kind of like the districts in Civ 6, but barely. All right, so I could build here, I could build a hut, which would give me a tiny little bit of food, or I could build a quarry, which is going to give me some production. Let me zoom over there first. All right, so we got food. Food increases your production. Food increases your population. Production increases your production, which is used for building buildings. And then there's draft, which is for building units. These are the 3 primary resources that a city produces. It may also produce gold, mana, knowledge, and Imperium. Imperium is what I spent to quickly get that production. Imperium is what you spend to use this tree of quote-unquote research and to make other factions and free cities like you. Knowledge is for learning new spells. Mana is for casting spells, whether that's in the overworld or in combat. And money is for money things. Now you have 2 forms of production every turn. You produce buildings and you produce units, and those are separate. The building uses production and the units uses draft. So I'm going to make some more archers, which in this case are dusk hunters, just basic archers. And for the building, I could build all of these. There's just one problem. None of them are boosted. So I want you to look at the storehouse here. The storehouse gives me food. I want food because food increases your population. The more population you get, the more improvements you can make. The more improvements you can make, the quicker you can build structures and gain more population. And it's a I can't think of the word. Something positive cycle. Anyway, it's good. Now, if you look on here, it's going to give me 10 food. This is what it costs. Oops, sorry. But it requires a forester, so to boost it. Now, a boost, if you highlight over this, reduces its cost by 30%. So it costs 30% less gold, and it takes 30% less turns. You want to boost every single structure that you build, if possible. I'm pretty sure all of these have boost. Quarry, 2 farms, 1 forester, 1 quarry, and this one is 5 population. Yeah. There are some buildings that you cannot boost, just don't have a boost area in their little doobly-doo, but most of them do, and it is probably the most important overland mechanic, is making sure that you're actually boosting your things. So I want to build this specifically because it gives 10 food income. I don't need the mana, the gold, or the knowledge just yet. So I need a forester. Now, typically I'd have to wait for a population growth, but because I forced one, I bought one basically, I'm going to put a forester right here. Yeah, I'm going to put a forester right here. So that's like the district. This district is now mine, and it has a forester in it. So now when I look at this, it says boosted. That's what I want to see. That's what I want to make. Now there are other things going on. There's the level of your fortification. There's the level of your city. There's how much stability you have. But you know, like these are issues for whether you're being attacked, you know, and other things like based on your dude. I'm going to show you my dude real quick here. So, at the end of the last battle, this is what he was like. He had a horsey, and he had a sword and a shield, and that was it. However, upon finishing that battle, I got a Wand of Lightning Strike, which lets me basically cast a lightning bolt in front of me, which I'm anxious to try out. I also got a new weapon, which I can use, but I don't need to use. So this weapon has a range of 4, and it hits whatever I target with a 90% accuracy for 5 electricity, 5 fire, and 5 frost, which is just hilarious because there's nothing that's strong against electricity, fire, and frost. And if for some reason there's somebody right up against me, I can stab them for 18 damage. That's that quick stab ability. Now my old weapon just does 10 damage. So this, the secondary attack, you don't get your ideal attack, does 18 damage, and the main attack does 15 damage, divided by 3 attack types. And it can attack multiple times. So theoretically I could do 45 damage. Pretty powerful. So I'm pretty happy with that Cosmic Orb. And you can see that he's very happy as well. Now I could adjust how he looks. I mean, I'm the one who decided he would look like this in the first place. I could change his title, his name, his last name. I could randomize him a bunch of times. There are some horrible looking choices there. I'm not going to accept any of these changes, but this is the kind of thing that you can do. And some of the cosmetics that you unlock with the Pantheon thing is these cosmetic changes. Anyway, I like him just the way he is, because he was made perfect the first time. Anyway, that is city management in a nutshell. There's still so much more of this game. I haven't shown you the underground. I haven't shown you like the Rally of Lieges, etc., etc. But I do want to point out one thing up here. This is my world map casting. So just like in a combat, I've got 30 points. So I've got 30 points in the world that I can cast spells. Now, personally, I don't have any spells that can be cast in the world yet. But this is what powers unit transformations, unit enchantments, city enhancements, things like that. I can have a maximum of 3 cities, which hurts. I have always played a race that had 4, so playing with only 3 is painful. I have 1 Whispering Stone left. They're kind of like messaging stones, so you can quickly talk to the other city. And when you give them to the other city, you start slowly building up like diplomacy points.